Right.
Yep.
Can I switch my prediction for
You can.
to Envy now?
It hasn't started yet. There's no round been played. There's no damage that's been dealt. You can change predictions all you want. Do you want to go to Envy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll switch it.
All right. Update that on the graphic production.
I'll talk myself into
We'll
it.
bring that up at another point. We'll just make sure that that's all. So that gives everyone to Envy. You don't want to be the sole person going for HAVU. You'd look like a genius.
Yeah, I know, but I already feel confident in my own genius, Jason.
Is that why you're changing here?
Listen, it's. I just, saying it out loud, I think that's what made it different. Sometimes you just have to.
Okay.
And it just didn't sound quite right.
Much more convincing when you say it out loud versus in your own head.
2 flashbangs. One of them is already airborne. The second one going in right now, and that's going to be the push entry. Oh, Dodo with a nice shot taking down Ryan. And he's getting a lot of time. They were both set up there. He's going to continue. Ooh. Oh, a nice quad kill from Dodo. I'm changing back to HAVU.
All right, cancel everything. Keep the graphic the way it was.
I've got no loyalty at all.
Based off 1 round, Champagne's already ordered. It's being delivered. Yeah,
that was a strategy that even I can follow, Jason. To throw 2 flashbangs over the wall and then we're going. That's the kind of strategy I like. I don't have to. There's not a lot of thinking. Just do it. Either works or it doesn't.
Here's the problem: the smoke wall is set up, and that's fine. Those flashbangs need to blind Dodo in that position, right? That's the player that you're looking to give yourself 1 second to get the jump off, so you can get off that balcony. And then when players start getting close, that player cannot remain aggressive because they're going to turn the corner at any moment. So the fact that those flashbangs don't affect him at all is really painful for that attack from Envy. It actually blinded someone behind the smoke who was already neutralized by the utility.
So a bit of a shame, but I mean, I don't even mind the strategy. I think they probably didn't need to try and take the fight against him in CT spawn. Just try and get down on the low ground and not give him that kind of a chance. Hoodie looks like he's about to have some decent timing, maybe. Deagle on the other side. Almost need to get that 1 shot immediately. Sorry, will pick it up.
Again, a bit of a disconnect. I think Ryan would have liked to have had someone taking information towards a ramp to make sure that that player cannot dedicate to the peak in towards ladder room. If this attack is beginning while he's being boosted, unfortunately another player with the deagle just caught out in the open. There's smoke, there's flashbangs, none of them have been used yet, and at this point they're not even going to be effective. Mihu with it in hand, there goes Nifty still, flashbangs and a smoke not used by Mihu, and they mostly just go to waste. I don't think he ever actually used them, so that's what, $700 in smoke and 2 flashes? That is wasted.
Yeah.
We don't like wasted money.
No, we don't. Especially if you're just starting out. Always good to just try and get as much as you can. But I think they'll be fine anyway. The 3rd round coming up. I'm just more than anything, I'm disappointed that Calyx didn't get to use the deagle. That was one of the really enjoyable things about watching him play last time around.
Yeah, he was smacking people around with that deagle. Maybe we'll see it later. Maybe it was just a warm-up round. 1 flashbang on Calyx.
We all need that warm-up round. That is one of my favorite excuses. Warm-up games sometimes.
Yeah, the one on train last night.
That was a real warm-up game. So, going down to a Glock, it's not really a big deal. Again, they don't have any armor or anything. It's kind of annoying if you are the player going down to top mid, but ultimately, it should be just fine. And now it's just a bit of a shooting gallery in the middle as Envy are getting picked apart. That's a quick round. We appreciate those.
Yeah.
At least when there's nothing on the line like this.
A lot of...
Do you think it's meant to be pronounced like sorry? Or you keep saying it...
Zori, you mean?
I don't know.
I don't know. We should ask him.
We should find that out.
I was planning on asking a lot of players how they want their names pronounced, but they're not in the studio, so...
No, we got interrupted rudely by the pandemic.
I guess I could just deathmatch, or I mean DM, I don't know why I said deathmatch. I guess I could just DM people on Twitter. That almost seems like it's not enough work. Open window for Zori, sorry, whatever.
We'll keep sorry for now. It's fine.
I like Zori.
I kind of, yeah.
It feels like the name of a... It's like a final boss alien.
All right.
Like you've made it to the final level, now Zori comes out of his throne room.
You've been playing a lot of Doom, haven't you?
Not enough. Calyx with a big win, an opening kill, and Ryan on the other side of the map. And you can kind of understand here's the hard part for HAVU, is yeah, they have a lot of weapons saved from the previous round because they just slaughtered everyone, but I mean, now you've put a situation where an M4 and AWP are really, really exposed to just being completely taken out of hand without having an impact in the round.
Yeah, I wish that I had said this earlier because it would make me sound even smarter. But one of the conversations we were having one of these days was about HAVU and these pushes on the extremities. They were doing it when they were playing against Mad Lions. I actually messaged Sicilian afterwards and said, did you guys look at the demos? Because you could clearly tell, especially at the end of the Mad Lions versus HAVU from the first stretch of this, you could tell that Mad Lions were well aware that they were going to be pushing both in the hallways and over the B-bomb site. Yeah. And I mean, I was watching the demos and I could see it from those games. And I'm sure that, you know, Mad Lions was done the same thing. It's no surprise if Envy know as well. And that's where HAVU need to show us the next level of, okay, well, teams have figured this out. I think that's just official now. Teams in this tournament know what HAVU are doing on this map. Yeah,
I think you showed me the demo as well. Yeah. And you said they were pushing like five rounds in the half as CT through those B halls. So, or at least some kind of aggression. I think it was quite literally 7 out of 8. So it's about 7 out of the 15 rounds that they played. They ended up pushing it, but it was only 5 of the rounds that actually Mad Lions knew about it. The other 2 they just never found out. But looking at the demo, you'll know. We'll keep our eyes on it. That round, obviously, with some SMGs trying to get clever, trying to get creative, trying to take some shortcuts, and without these 3 rifles really committing to stopping the attack into the B bomb site and without trying to retake, they get to keep them in hand. So the money is obviously very, very nice. Hoodie's had a pretty chill half so far, or pretty chill 4 rounds. He's 0-0. Yeah, he's just nice and comfortable down there. 0-0. He has 0 ADR, 0 utility damage. He's had 2 enemies flash though, so cool. So he's done a little bit. He's put in just a minimal amount of work. He's shown up in the office. Whenever people walk by, he's typing on his keyboard like he's doing some work, but he's really not. You don't really notice him doing the Alt-Tab either as you turn the corner. So at least pretty efficient. Yeah, he is the B player, so we'll see. He'll get some action soon enough, I'm sure. I had that perfected when I was working in an office at one point in time. Yeah, but perfect. Yeah. To no one's surprise. Very good at that. Double op setup. One of them is on Hoodie. He's peeking into upper B tunnels as well right now. This, I'm assuming, is a smoke that was cancelled by Molotov to create that gap. That's a great trick to have, because actually it's very, very tricky to find an opening with an AWP, and they have 2 of them. But if you know that trick in the window and you throw down that Molotov, then the gap will definitely help you out a lot. Everyone should try and learn that. That's homework for next time you play matchmaking. All right. Well, Ender's just going to start dishing out homework in quarantine time. No, there's no excuses now. Yep. I say that as someone who can't actually do half the smoke. So I can recognize them when the pro players do it, just can't do them myself. It's terrible. Oh, well, let's see if this double op should be working out. Yeah. Well, all right. Mihu, he's got control of mid. HAVU is, well, not really gotten control of it. More so HAVU is just kind of giving it up. I'm confused about why he's running back. If their push isn't going to be working with 4 people, I don't think it's going to be working with 5. Might as well keep him there for the rotation, but they're going to go for it anyway. 35 seconds and a good opening, taking down Sword Dodo with a bit of a return. Calyx will drop him. Nice timing here between the pushes. Now Sori looking over the smoke, and he'll catch Calyx. They have more grenades to throw, but they're kind of not, and that might cost them a lot here. Long range and Hoodie finally getting into the action and getting a kill. Oh no, that smoke's fading. I don't know if they're going to be able to see it from CT spawn just yet. Bomb at least goes down, but Moose, he can't get out of there, and that means Nifty's in a 1 versus 3. They have a Molotov for his position, and if they find out, he's going to be out of it. Actually, they're throwing it into the back corner. That's a little bit of a help to him at the very least. He sees the gun barrel right there, but he can't do it. That is an uncharacteristic miss. He might still have been in a lot of trouble even if he got that kill, but that was a bit of a strange round. HAVU now with 4-1. Yeah, Hoodie actually peeks under the shot, under the scope of Nifty. That's pretty brutal. Nice try from Envy and good opping. It's the double op setup that HAVU switched into that round, which delivers a victory. Sori is 7-0. He's doing the opposite of Hoodie, more or less. Told you, the final boss. Yeah, I guess he is. I never really thought about that. Yeah, now you are. Now you're like, that is kind of a badass name for a boss of an arcade game. I like the idea. It's one of those games that don't have a whole lot of lore. You know, it's not like a well fleshed out story. You just know he is the final boss. You don't know why. You don't know his backstory. Could be more scary that way. I appreciate it. That was a Molotov into the window. Normally see people throw the Molotov to connector. Yeah. Small detail. But why not? Well, 2 players grouped up in towards these B halls. Ryan looking for a push, but Hoodie's been here twice now with the AWP, and there's no reason to go aggressive at all. If you can have this AWP peek in the deep angle, you're just keeping Slowy around. It looks like HAVU is expecting some kind of a fast catwalk play due to the utility on mid. There's no other reason to have Saw already in the market. You have Slowy with a Creek at the bench and Hoodie peering deep in towards B tunnel. So a lot of resources at this B bomb site for HAVU, and honest to God, it looks like they have the perfect read.
Here comes the aggression that we were talking about. Ryan actually going to try and fall back. He could have been shot in the back maybe by that AWP, but they're doing it once again. Slowly pushing up. And again, it should be something that Envy are aware of.
Utility's running out for Envy, and the map is shrinking as well. They have no idea yet. This play from Slowy is great. You're allowing Saw to leave the B bomb site now, leave that marketplace, and again, there's going to be 3 defenders at this A bomb site. Envy have allowed this to slip out of. They have not moved efficiently and quickly enough to the other side of the map for this attack.
Yeah, this needs to be flawless, and it needs to be quick once they get into the bomb site, or they're going to get shot in the back once again. Let's see, 18 seconds on the clock, and that's the kind of opening they absolutely needed. Nifty with 2 big kills, and Moose will take down Sori. And the flank, even if they get the kill here, it shouldn't make a difference. If they could have got it before the bomb went down, it would have been different, but Kalik spins for it. That's a very unlikely win. It doesn't look like it because Envy haven't lost anyone yet, but they could have lost this round at least 20 different ways.
Yeah, HAVU had the exact defense they wanted, but that's a nice set piece from Envy. They're allowed to just set up and take complete map control, slowly but surely, and just execute onto the bomb site.
You know where Moose is creeping into right now up in the B hallways, that little kitchen that's up there?
Yeah.
Have I told you about the potential for shooting the pot that's up there, having it roll out into the hallway as a distraction?
You have, and it sounded just as dumb when you told me that 2 years ago.
I was hoping that the time difference would have made you smarter in the meantime, Jason. I appreciate the complexity of that play.
Tell me about this again. You can shoot the pot so it rolls in and cause a distraction?
Yeah, I don't know. For some odd reason in this version of Counter-Strike, in this current source engine, things that are round and lying on the ground, well, you see the same with grenades, right? Yeah. Sometimes they just keep rolling forever and ever. Well, the pot up there will do the same thing. So if you shoot it the right way, it falls on the ground, and it rolls into the view of the CT player that's holding the angle. And then as they're looking at the pot, you shoot them.
Okay, well, you seem to have a very low opinion of the current offers we have in professional Counter-Strike if you think they're going to get distracted by a pot rolling into the view.
I'm just saying, no one's tried it.
It's not that you're wrong. I just want to...
You can't prove me wrong yet. No one's done it.
Is it consistent? Can you shoot it into the same location every time? Can you let it roll into the same spot?
You can, but it took me 45 minutes to learn. I don't know if anyone else.
Okay, so efficient use of time. Ryan has the opening kill again. There's that B aggression. This time from underpass. Saw was pushing up the stairs. Still 2 players defending B as well, which is very unusual for Mirage. The amount of times we've seen 2 players at the B bomb site, even 3 players at times, and 2 here while someone's aggressing an underpass. It's a lot of resources to be spent on the other side of the map.
I just want to point out again, HAVU pushing once more, and Ryan, he's in the corner. He's probably going to go down to Hoodie here. No, he won't. He didn't quite actually.
Hoodie cleared it, but he did not really seem like confident that someone was going to be there.
He cleared it without intention.
Is the old Jordan Gilbert phrasing.
That is with intent. And it's a phrase we don't get to say nearly enough, but that's exactly where I got it from. It's the perfect word, I think, to describe what that means. And you kind of saw it there. Just didn't have his heart in it and went down. But I think, okay, that's a bit early maybe to be going for the pushes. It's still a 3-on-3, and they're really, really far away. I doubt if they're going to want to run and throw these double orbs away.
There's no way. If HAVU does that, it'd probably be up there in the nominations for dumbest plays of Flashpoint Tournament Series 1. Good pick from Nifty.
That's not a medal anybody wants to...
No. Not at all.
We could probably design that medal. We do that.
We definitely should.
We should nominate the dumbest play. That's a good idea.
The Darwin Awards of Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Again, we kind of pointed it out early, but it's becoming painfully obvious to me, even early on. We're not even halfway through the first half here, but you can tell they know. Envy are so aware of this aggressive pushing that's coming out of HAVU that there needs to be some sort of a change here. It's tricky though. The problem with pushing aggressively is that there aren't that many other alternatives. Like once you're doing it, and it's been found, the other alternative is to stop doing it and just waiting around.
Well, here's the interesting part is I don't so much mind the pushes, but you're also doing it with a double op setup. Like you had an op in the B bomb site peering into those holes and you still pushed up the stairs. Like you want the op to have that fight. That's where the op has the advantage, that deep angle, the spot for information. Maybe you get a leg shot, maybe you get a kill through that small crack. But especially for HAVU, let the ops go to work. You've invested in 2 snipers on this side of the map. Let them do the work for you.
Nifty hoping for the jump. There's going to be a bit of a smoke there. Doesn't want to try and take the shot. You can shoot through the rim of the wall up there. I mean, I'm not saying that he had to, but...
Here we go. Op right at the end of these holes. No one in middle at all. So Ryan, I think he's aware of the fact that he can't really peek until his 3 teammates waiting far, far back in mid do something.
Yeah.
This is both AWPs. Zori dropped under window looking at underpass, and you have Slowy with the other op covering his catwalk towards top mid.
Oh, and this is going to be a problem for Saw. There's no way he's not going to be Molotov. They have 5 Molotovs. He's absolutely going to burn, and I think even worse than that, he does not have a smoke. Dodo has a smoke, but it would have to be incredibly quick thinking for him to throw it in to try and save his teammate. I think they're going to be in a lot of trouble. I don't mind the off angle from Dodo. That's always pretty effective, but...
He could throw it now, right? You could throw the smoke right now just as you see the nades rain over, but he's going to throw it towards... Ooh, he's going to stop them. Going to try and keep them trapped at Tetris. That's not a bad idea whatsoever. A third player is here. Zori's fallen back with the op. And Slowy be able to tell there's no one in middle. Defense holding strong for the moment, but it can collapse so quickly. Catholics now getting involved in the action, and now the defense is pushed behind the smokes.
They can't stop the bomb from going down. That's a bit of a shame. It's still a 4-on-4, but remember, they're retaking with that double AWP, and there's still a smoke and a Molotov and a bunch of flashbangs left on the NV side.
1 kit.
Yeah, 1 kit and a single flashbang from Dodo that he's setting up as we speak. So this is going to be the one chance they have. It goes really deep in towards trying to see if they can get rid of that AWP. Moose taking a bit of damage, but not moving at all. And Mihu will get a kill before he finally goes down to Dodo. What a retake coming in, and he's right on it with the kit and everything. No, actually, he's not the one with the kit. Sorry, that's going to be Sorry, but they still have the time for it. So that's a really, really good retake. I actually thought that was going to be Envy's all day.
It should have been. I mean, they had all the tools necessary. That's a 4-on-4 retake. HAVU has no utility whatsoever. I'm not entirely sure how Envy managed to drop that one. Some good kills coming out from HAVU, but overall, it almost feels like Envy taking fights at the wrong location. They had players getting out towards triple boxes, towards fire boxes, swinging wide before you're getting in fights, and no one from Envy seemed really ready. And also, just go to mention as well, where was that Molotov they still had for the post plant? Why isn't that being dropped on the bomb at some point?
That was very confusing. There would have been no smoke to put it out. That would have probably won them the round.
HAVU get away with one.
Yeah, they did, and I'm actually... I mean, I could understand why Moose wanted to stay tucked in the corner and not move when you get shot at, because when people shoot at that, if you come just, you know, jumping out, then you're kind of like, that was obviously just a test kind of a shot. They're like, oh, let's try it, and if no one's moving, then maybe no one's there. But it seemed like everyone was frozen. Like, all across the... It was just like, everyone's just hiding in their own little corner and getting picked off one at a time.
Except for Mihu. Mihu is doing God's work back there.
Yeah, trying his very best.
Yep. Nifty with an op, and again, no defenders in the A bomb site this round. Very centralized, so HAVU... Oh, there's the peek. He's not ready at all. That's a confusing way to take that fight.
He had a lot of... oh, okay. That's some balls out kind of play, isn't it? He's like, I'll go and fight this creek with my FAMAS and win.
Okay, well, 2 players about to die here. Ryan with knife out. This is so curious. I'm just so... I don't know. Envy just have lost their minds in this round.
Anik, but...
Yeah, explain it. Explain it. I'm trying to find something, but what? Nifty was like using an op to pick into the A bomb site, not scoped in, just
actually he was using a knife to peek.
Yeah, using a knife. Ryan using a knife as he rotates back after they've seen HAVU push about 3 times in the B halls this half.
If he could have thrown the knife to kill him, that would have been...
Yeah, that would have broken the physics of the game. That would have been some GoldenEye action going on there. Well, HAVU steal a retake in a 4-on-4 with no utility in the previous round, and this is what happens next. Now they get to build 2 in a row. Now they're back flush with cash. Envy's starting to hurt. This could have been a situation where Envy took a lead 5-4. Instead, they're looking at 3-6.
I'm even angry that they weren't checking for the push out of B. I just think honestly, at this point in time, playing as HAVU, because they're doing it so much, I would just have said any one time if you've lost sight of what's happening outside of B for more than 10 seconds, I would just make the assumption. You just have to say, you know what?
Someone's here.
They're probably going to be there.
Well, Deagles.
Let's go, Calyx. We've been denied glorious deagle kills so far. Bit of a chance maybe in the middle. We do have 5 of them.
I wonder if Envy is starting to know that HAVU have been taking some decent mid control. Not only the aggression in the B hulls, but also, I mean, they're controlling mid very well with these AWPs. And Envy haven't really tried to fight for it from the T side, so it almost feels like you have to go towards mid and at least force them back, see if you can get a pick with all the utility expenditure, or go for some kind of a timing hit at the A bomb site. If you're going to put 2-3 players in middle as HAVU on defense, your A bomb site is going to be susceptible to an attack in that fashion. And Envy haven't figured it out just yet.
Oh, they definitely don't seem like they've quite caught on. Sorry, helping out as the reload was happening for Saw. That pretty good timing. Nifty and Callus left. Seems like we're going to be denied the 1Ds that we're all craving. Saw going to be sneaking in, and nobody goes down on the HAVU side. Man, what a turnaround this is, especially economically. They're saving that double AWP again and again, and they survive with 5 players in that round. So 7-3, and HAVU starting to look, I don't know, really good, but I am still confused about Envy not catching on a little bit more here. This is what I was watching when Mad Lions were playing. It actually seemed like there were a couple of rounds where Mad Lions would intentionally, you know, throw some grenades at A and then wait outside of B for the push to happen.
Try and bait out some kind of a reaction on the other side.
You don't even have to bait them, they're doing it anyway, but if you help them, yeah, they'll probably do it. And, you know, 2 people at B, you have to assume they're going to be doing it once again, or at least there's a chance.
Well,
3 people at B, in fact.
It's not even the B pushes Envy have to worry about now, although that is a massive issue. It's the double op setup that has just been so strong for HAVU since they brought this out. They have been doing a very, very good job, and the ops have been painful. Zori 12-1, Slowy 6-3.
Some good fundamentals, though, here from Envy, right? Taking mid control while holding B and even the A hallways. So that's good to see.
Yeah, this is what I just mentioned in the previous round. Go attack them in mid, put the smokes up, force them off of these angles. There's a denial of information. You're gaining a lot of map control as well. Look how passive HAVU have just played it by default. Ooh, and a real chance there. Nifty on catwalk. Slowy had no idea, and he's certainly going to tell his teammates that Hoodie's pushed into upper B. Ryan couldn't take advantage of it, but he's still under so much pressure. Great shot from Mihu. Bomb site is open.
He was mid-air. That was a very, very cool shot from Mihu. I'd like to see it. Grenade won't kill him. It's only a tiny bit of damage. Bomb going down and Moose inside of the window, and yeah, they need to fall back. And finally, they take one of the AWPs away. See if they could get the second one too. Sorry, sneaking in to a potentially dangerous situation is a pretty good shot there, but they're already in save mode. No point in really going for this. Just again looking for exit kills at the moment.
This is great, and if I'm Nifty, I don't challenge. I don't challenge towards catwalk. I just fall back. Exactly what he's doing now. Evacuate through the B halls. Don't risk losing that weapon. Nifty has a kill in the round. So does Mihu and Moose. But it is got to be frustrating that Envy, in these rounds they've won, they have not been able to clear. Actually, they have not a single round victory in this half killed all 5 members of HAVU.
No, and I mean, more evidence that Sori is 13-1-1. He's died a single time in the first 11 rounds that have been played in this game. That's pretty damn impressive.
In the victories, 3 players from HAVU have survived, 1 player has survived, and 2 players have survived. It's just, you're keeping money into the next round, you're keeping the double ops alive, you're not having to reinvest, and because of that, HAVU has 7 rounds, and they've never had to save yet, despite the fact that Envy's gone on, you know, won 3 out of 4 rounds. They didn't have to save in any of those streaks.
Quick smoke there from T-Spawn. Sorry, denied just a little bit, and then I kind of want to fight for it too much, falling back fairly quickly. No Molotov in the connector, though, and that means Slowy gets that killed almost for free, it seemed, on Mihu. The very, very common part of taking mid is throwing that Molotov, and that's for the exact reason that you just saw.
Yeah, this time mid control for Envy, but they're a man down. And now 2 men down. There's ops again, just wreaking havoc. Zori and Slowy with the 2 opening kills of this round. Peek from Ryan, double peek with Moose. At a different angle, they're going to try and get into connector. This would be a good way to find an equalizing kill. Saw is exposed, and he's been seen. Good headshot.
He was getting ready to peek a deep angle.
Yeah, the A bomb site's going to be difficult to take, considering the position of Dodo, but this is a big dick play from Moose. Which, I mean, living up to his name, I guess.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. I mean, I don't technically know about the Moose anatomy, Jason, but I'm glad you're up to date with it.
Yeah, this is the kind of research I bring to the table.
Critical in many ways. Going back to the animal theme, maybe we can do a show about it. Ryan and Calix in the middle. He's just picked up the bomb here, and they're so hoping for some sort of rotation, right? Like that's the best thing that could happen right now. Because again, the problem will be Moose almost has to and should want to stick around here. Oh, he's almost walking into Hoodie now, and it will. It's so hard to call, isn't it? The problem is if Ryan and Calix push the A bomb side, there's no way they're winning that fight with the crossfire. So they actually were in trouble anyway. They needed for HAVU to make a mistake, and they just didn't get it. 8-4. The Finnish side is playing really well at the moment.
Yeah, this is, I mean, they're playing to their strengths, right? They're playing a pretty smart, fundamentally strong game of Counter-Strike. Tactically, they're doing a good job in middle, especially with the 2 ops. And I mean, with the way, now that they've stopped and slowed down and not done as many pushes and let those ops actually, you know, open up the rounds for them, they've been so effective. 4 out of the last 5 rounds going to this HAVU defense, and Envy is just stumped. A lot of it coming down, as it normally does against double op setups, to your utility usage. As you mentioned, Molotov not to force the Opera and Connector away. Even when they're attacking these A bomb sites, long routes to run without using flashbangs or smokes or Molotovs to get into the site. And the Ops are just having a field day.
15 1-on-1 for Sori at the moment. He's loving life. Now he just has to, you know, keep going and not dying. Maybe he could set a bit of a record. He actually does go down just so I cursed him. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Zori.
Yeah, what a shame. Moose, Nifty, and Ryan left. And again, no hope really of winning the round. Certainly trying to do damage would be great. Molotov burning just slightly at the top of his hair. Have you seen those videos where people like set fire to people's hair and then weirdly cut it? What is that about?
I definitely have hair videos on my YouTube channel.
That's one of your favorite things.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Like, look at all these idiots who still have hair. Sucks for them. Losers.
Would you ever use fire to shave your head, though?
Not against the idea.
No? It could be done.
Try it at least
It seems like some real rock and roll shit, doesn't it?
Yeah, but there's got to be some professionals out there who know it's done properly. Oh, this is sketchy. I can't believe he transferred over. He deserved that kill. Mihu is going to go down to Dodo, and Zori's just tucked himself in a corner. Ryan trying to find it. So much action happening, and meanwhile, Nifty is going to destroy everyone. 2 kills in middle with the op. That's going to open up the window jump. Calix is there now, but he's surrounded.
Walking into that one. Saul goes down. Hoodie with a bit of a return, but still a 2-on-3. Sori wants to peek it. He misses the chance here. And now pretty much just one option left, and that was going for that no-score, but it did not work out. Calix will take him down. Everybody wanted to come in and help out Sori in that moment, and that got them killed. Nifty with a perfect round here. 3 kills.
This isn't bad. As tough as it's looked for Envy in this half, 5 rounds isn't anything to laugh at. I think that's the first victory they've had where they wipe out all 5 members of Envy.
Yeah.
All 5 members of HAVU. That's very impressive. Good shooting from Nifty in middle in the chaos. He does a very good job with the op. Looking to string 2 in a row, looking to get up to 6. And I think they've done it. They've taken the double up away from HAVU finally. Zori is stuck on just a Deagle. That's a really awkward flashbang situation.
Just a bit. Look at Slowy pushing out in the A-holes. Again, I'd venture to say, again, we're about half the rounds or something like that we've played here for HAVU, they're doing this.
This is kind of cool, though, because, I mean, you're pushing in Palace, you're pushing at A, and then on the other side of the map, you have no mid presence, but you're just stacking 3 players here, and you're like, okay, if someone sees us push, maybe they just make the, ooh, nice shot timing, but yeah, that's so blind. He's somehow still alive. Again, knife out on Moose, despite the fact that Dodo was aggressive. Good trade from Calix. Still 2 players and a 3rd on the way quickly. Mihu needs to stop that, and he does. Now the flank can be opened up, but they're losing too many players. They're bleeding players in these B halls, and Nifty with an op does not feel like aggressing.
Looking good for HAVU here to pick up a 10th round. I don't know why Dodo thought he had to go for another peek. I kind of get hype at the moment, but if you stay put there, probably will be just fine. You have 2 people covering down on the bomb side. They can't really get to you. Regardless, Mihu's going to be walking in with the AK-47. He's no idea that Sori's there. There's no reason to really check it. He's looking over towards the car at the moment. Does he see the elbow? He doesn't find it when he moves. He does. Oh my god, that's a bit of a shame. Sorry, probably could have had that kill. I don't know if he was looking the other way either. Saw will get him in return, and that means Nifty in a 1 versus 2 with 20 seconds. He's going to have to try and get this bomb plant right now before anyone else shows up, and he's on it. So there's a chance for him to win this, even if it's going to be a little bit tricky.
Molotov and 2 flashes as well. That flank is going to take some time, and that does not need to be a jump. Saw's going way too aggressive too early. This is a one-on-one. Exactly what Nifty needs, but he doesn't know it just yet. Listening to the footsteps, he needs to find this kill before Slowey can come in on the flank. Now it's a big problem. Now it's some trouble. Saw has him frozen behind the bench, and they're too close now, missing all of his shots. It's a 10th round for HAVU.
Almost willing to say that if he had thrown the Molotov, he actually could have won the round. They did not have a kit or a smoke or anything, so could have been pretty close at the end there. Regardless, 10-5 in the first half. That's a great scoreline for HAVU.
Even without the Molotov, Saw gave him a chance. He jumped through that window way too early. If Nifty hits that shot, and then it's like, oh, I have all the time in the world to get ready for this one-on-one. Either way, that's a solid half from Envy, despite all the obstacles they encountered. The double op setup for HAVU was efficient. It's 10-5 in the favor of the Finns, and we'll be right back after halftime.
Gaming chairs for pro teams.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That chair has a little compartment in the armrest. Jason, what would you be keeping inside of that little compartment? What's the obvious choice?
Beer?
What? Liquid? Just pour it in and then.
I didn't see the compartment. I figured it'd be good enough for one.
It was like this. It was like this thick.
Okay.
You can keep liquid beer in it.
Okay. What would you keep, Anders?
Maybe some little snacks, like little nuts.
Gummy bears?
Peanuts. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Peanuts.
All right, peanuts it is.
Gummy bears have sugar in it.
That's a
sugar
cool,
is the devil, Jason. I've told you.
Cool chair you've got going on.
Okay, well, both choices were awful. We'll come up with something better.
Oh, this is bad timing for this push. He is so much trouble. Good for him to at least get one. This flank from Calyx, though, is massive. That's a nice headshot. That is the bomb down. That cannot be better, and he follows up. Excuse me, it can be better.
What a savage. He just destroyed that round. Oh, that's so cool. Really well done from Calyx. And a 3-on-1. Dodo with, again, half health, and he's got a P250 at the very least, but he's going to have to get real close. Unless they are gentlemen about it and fight him one at a time, there's nothing to do. Calyx will continue his reign of terror in the round and get a third kill.
There was nothing gentlemanly about Calyx in that round.
Really not.
No. That was some fine shooting. It even helps when the bomb gets launched directly into your face and rolls down the stairs.
Yeah.
So pistol round goes to Envy. 6-10 as they mount a little bit of a mini comeback.
I mean, actually winning that round, you know, from a 10-5 scoreline, they can go a long way. And the roadmap's kind of been laid out in some sense by HAVU. The key is at least to get one of those AWPs. I mean, they had 2, but 1 will do it. And keep it alive. I think that's what really gave HAVU so much room to work with in that first half. Just keep the economy going. This round should be less of an issue. Just a couple of deagles in play. No bomb plant, obviously, in the first round, so they're going to be waiting around before they really start to pick it up. Slowly, are they setting up for just a last-minute run for the bomb plant?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously trying to split it, and there's so much space in middle that they're going to be able to get pretty damn close before Envy realizes what's happening. Now, it's only, what, Glocks and a couple Deagles, so it shouldn't be too much impact. The question is, how does Nifty respond here? Because Mihu has a UMP. If he has to fight at long range and people turn in the corner and someone dropping down on top of him, that's going to be tough. So Calyx and Mihu are going to have to work together, and Mihu's moving. Oh, and Nifty gets caught. He's the one who pushes out, and that's why it's so sketchy that you don't have the information. Now, Slowy peeks. This is so dangerous.
Ooh, Slowy surely just go for the bomb plant right now. Fair play. I kind of get it. They were doing a little bit of damage, but he forgot the main part of that mission.
Yeah. Yeah, the goal there should have been to get the bomb planted, but he saw that M4. It's a tantalizing M4 in the ground.
Like Indiana Jones lifting one of those golden statues or something. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Then the ball starts rolling.
Great.
Chasing after.
Great movie.
It's beautiful cinema.
10-7. And I don't know, still too early to call, I think, who's going to be winning this. I think HAVU were looking decent. I think Envy, I don't know. I bet if we talk to Envy later on, we're gonna have to ask them at some point if they had been watching demos, because HAVU were getting away with a lot of aggressive pushes. See what they can do here on the T side, though. Moose will be taking down Saw in the middle, and that means the bomb is just with Sori up there. Good return on Ryan, though, over at the B bomb side.
It's a lot of pressure. Moose had to use his Molotov just to make it back in time, just to be sure. There's the jump. Mihu didn't hear it. Immediate headshot. That's so well done. And again, it's just so difficult. Nifty underneath, he's got him. He spams him, and then he does a 2-tap. And I think now Envy look to save these 2 weapons. Calyx is on the way over to see if he can do something miraculous. Moose hasn't moved from the B bomb site. Envy have no idea. But Calyx is going to give it the old college try.
I mean, they are fairly far behind if HAVU can win this round so easily, so I kind of understand why Calyx wants to show up, but the chances that you win this are just very, very low, and they've spotted him out, taking a couple of shots over. He's just crouched trying to stay alive. I don't think that'll happen. He's going to get the kill on Sori, but with the Molotov on top, he's forced into the fight, and they're going to have to try and save the other M4. Good round out of HAVU.
Yeah, but again, it's that mid presence.
Maybe DJ can fly the camera at some point over to where was it Nifty being shot through the box? There's something that's worth thinking about. That box that's in front, if you fly into it, DJ, you'll see it's empty on the inside. So these walls are as thin as as the actual wood is. Because if it was full, wood all the way through, the damage would be completely different. But you can shoot through this with a Glock. That's how thin it is, and still do significant damage. It's not like the Glock will just do 5 damage per shot through this. It's still quite high up there. So that's why it's he's just gone as soon as they start shooting at it.
It's not an efficient use of space. You'd think they'd want to fill that box with something.
Yeah, it's not even.
Got to be some stuff that needs storing.
Something maybe the missiles that are stacked out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't want to leave those out in the sun.
No, I'm assuming they are probably made to be exposed to sun, but I would still feel nervous about it.
Never know. It's nitroglycerin.
I don't think that's what. I am not an expert.
I'm thinking of that. There's that one snow movie where they need to pick up nitroglycerin, and I don't even remember why. But someone gets blown up because they leave it out in the sun.
Yeah. Or just knock it over, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if somebody works with making bombs, maybe you can tweet us and tell us how it's done.
Edgy.
Calyx is inside of the A-bomb site on his own with just a USP, so don't expect too much.
No. The question is, Moose with his M4, he's still kind of hiding in ladder room towards the middle. And again, that M4 is not going to be able to be put to good use. He's got a flashbang as well. Even if he tries to rotate, he's not going to get there in time. Pretty decent from Calyx in terms of the dink, in terms of holding him back. Mihu is going to get wildly aggressive, slows him down even more. And now a chance for Moose. He's got the line, but all of his teammates are dead. He's in a 1 versus 4. He's going to run off and try and save it again. Round is going to go to HAVU, 12-7.
12-7, keeping 4 people alive at least so far. Things are just continuing to look quite good for HAVU at the moment. We had some questions about HAVU coming into the tournament because we realized they'd been playing together for a long time with the squad, but at the same time playing together for a while and not really getting anywhere into some of the bigger tournaments. So we were sort of thinking, well, maybe that just means it's not really going to be working out. But I would say they've been hitting a pretty solid level so far throughout the weeks that we've been here. Sort of, I don't know if we're seeing the sort of the superstar quality. I guess that's the thing that I'm really missing on this team, right? It's the player to really break through if they're going to be individually outmatched. But as a team, they seem to have some good fundamentals.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole strength of them, right?
Yeah.
Those team-wide fundamentals.
Sorry, at 18-7, obviously
he just had so few deaths in the first half. Yeah, he was something mental. He only died once in the first like 10 or 11 rounds of that opening half. Here we go, fast pace down mid, and they already have control. It's basically Mihu at the base of stairs to keep an eye on this and gather information, and he's got to back away now that utility's being utilized.
That grenade sounded like it was about to land right on top of them. Wanted to go for a boost to look over the smoke. I'm really paranoid that someone's going to come fight them. It almost looked like they actually wanted to bait someone into the window early on, but that's not going to happen either. Hoodie holding outside of the B-bomb site. Dodo holding outside of those A hallways, while the team of 3 in the middle are working around trying to see if they could do something. Saw's really deep in the connector. That's so dangerous. It's a great position for him to have this early on.
Mihu can do a delayed peek and win. That smoke is cleared. Oh, there's so many targets. He's got the bomb down. He went from where he couldn't really get away either. And Dodo is going to pounce on Nifty, who thinks he's cleared it, but he hasn't. Great headshot. The op needs to do some work, and he missed an opportunity. Calyx goes down, and oh boy, this round is so important for Envy, but they're just getting picked off.
Even getting spotted in that position. The Molotov won't actually kill Ryan, but will do a little bit of damage, and the follow-up is there. Now they're not just losing the round, but losing the rifles, and surely they're going to come hunt Ryan even further. They have 4 people alive. All of those have money to buy even if they lose the rifles here, so you might just want to try and take this away.
He's already boxed in. Probably doesn't realize it just yet. Saw's coming in through the market. And as soon as that smoke fades, he'll get pushed from both sides. Ryan.
Yeah, he's hearing the steps now. He's definitely realizing everyone's come looking for him. Tries to go for the spray there, and he'll take down Slowy, but not enough here. Another round for HAVU, 13-7. Things are starting to look way too good, and the money is gone once again for Envy. This has been a tough game for them, and they picked this map. And I don't know, I have so many questions. I'm so confused about how Envy have been playing Mirage, especially considering that HAVU have played it twice against Mad Lions, and they might have played it more that I just don't remember, but there is some...
There's information out there.
Yeah, you could go looking. And as far as I can tell, they're not deviating that much from what they were doing the other games.
Well, they might start because they're just piling it on. B-rush here. Oh, missed flashbang. It's not even going to matter. Saw is going to lead the way. He's out, not jumping through the window. 3 players on defense are here, but they don't really have the weaponry for this kind of a fight. More Molotovs coming out. Catwalk's going to be cleared at any moment. And Hoodie going to handle that one at range and transfer over to Moose. And Envy getting outplayed tactically, and even on an individual level, look like they're outclassed for the moment.
And that obviously cannot happen because that should be where Envy could outshine them, right? That should be where the real difference is going to be, having people like Nifty and Calyx and even Moose and Mihu that we talked about as playing pretty well otherwise. So yeah, it's a little bit shocking. It's great news for HAVU though. About to be 14 rounds. Calyx just with the deagle inside of middle. I don't know. The comeback seems so far away at the moment. If you're on Envy's side, don't know what kind of dream you have in mind. I'm liking this T side from HAVU in the sense of them committing a lot to some of these fights. That triple take they had in the middle last time, where they were, close-up connector, boosting in the window as well. They're just controlling all of the map at that point almost.
Yeah, they've just done a great job with that. And Envy, on both sides, they've had a tough time. I think really in the first half on their T side, the only time they felt like they were gaining map controls when they had mid. That gave them kind of the standing ground to do all their set pieces. Here on the CT side, HAVU, even when they fought for it, HAVU's winning those fights is the real problem. So even though they're contesting for it, which is good, you're losing those contests.
In a big way.
Yeah.
Dodo having himself quite a game as well, but he's in 19-9 right now. He's actually out-fragging Sori even. So overall, they are just having a fantastic game, and some of the pieces of Envy just not really come together at the moment.
That's the hard part. You can see Calyx and Mihu playing well. 14 kills on Calyx, 12 on Mihu, but outside of that, nobody's in double digits. And especially the issue with that on the CT side is Calyx and Mihu have been playing that A bomb site. So you really only have one bomb site covered with players who are delivering when they're called upon. The hard part is that also goes to why you're losing middle. Nifty's having a tough time with the AWP. Maybe they're just not putting enough bodies there. We'll see here this time. Moose is going to be in the way. Challenging with an M4 behind the catwalk. Smoke Molotov in towards window room. And again, HAVU already have control of middle in the first 10 seconds.
Nifty maybe could get an opportunity here if they are not careful. Even a jump from the middle there would be dangerous. So far, he hasn't found anything, and he can get Molotov out of that position pretty quickly as well. Pretty deep smoke. Let's see if that's gonna... Are they gonna try and grenade it afterwards? Just gonna go for the peek, and Slowey wins it, in spite of the fact that Moose definitely knew and saw it coming.
Oh dear.
And he's right up behind Nifty as well. Somehow gets the kill. From his point of view, that will have been ridiculous. At least it's a 4-on-4, but he should have been dead.
We'll give him one. We'll give Nifty that kill. Envy needed something to keep them alive in this round. He was certainly going to go down. 2 players to defend the B bomb site. And a boost up. 1 player lurking, Dodo, towards the A bomb site at A ramp. And now they're going to start pressuring B. Ryan is still here. He can hold them off. This isn't a committal, but it's a nice fake, applying a lot of pressure to the sole defender. It's called Mihu over to market, and now they're desperately trying to get back because they realize it's not where the main hit is going to be, but nobody could help Calyx in time.
Great mid-round call from HAVU. They could have tried to follow it up, taking down that AWP. You could have said, okay, let's go. We got the kill in the middle. We're going to go for it right here, but they actually slowed it down and changed their mind, and Ryan, he is almost certainly dead here. Saw is about to fight him and probably just shoot him straight in the back. Almost makes it around the corner, but not quite. 15-7. What a display they're putting on here, our Finnish friends.
This is very impressive. It's a shame you switched to Envy right at the start of this game.
I switched back as soon as he got all those kills, though. Listen, it's on the graphics still, Jason. So
we told him to change it. We'll see at the end of the day. We'll see what you picked.
Pick both somehow.
Pretty standard stuff. And okay, well that's the game. So 16-7.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been fun.
Quite the start.
Yeah, not bad.
Nifty in a position that is also going to get Molotov out. So now he's definitely dead. Standing inside of the... Oh, so that's...
What a dick. He let him burn.
That is a real dick move, isn't it? Tagging him.
Like, let's make him more miserable. Ooh, fine shotgun work from Moose. The flying shotgun, a risky play. And again, Ryan's probably been feeling very lonely throughout this entire half. 16-7. Nice job from HAVU.
They cleaned that right up. I felt like they were going back a little bit to see. I still got it.
That's gross.
Yeah.
It's not fair. The graphics guy has gone home for the day. Ooh. How you like them apples?
Wow. Boom. Absolute betrayal. They even set me up. They got me to...
Now put the hoodie back on.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Anyways, that's map 1 from us. It was a fun affair. 16-7 victory for HAVU. We're heading to a break. We got the desk and the next map coming up very, very shortly. Stay tuned.